Every fight starts on the feet, and as far as the striking realm is concerned, there are none better than these scintillating stand-up artists. From flyweight all the way up to heavyweight, these are the best of the best when it comes to striking in every single UFC weight class. Flyweight, 125 pounds. Deiveson Figueiredo. Though he was recently tagged, knocked down, and later submitted by Brandon Moreno, questions over Deiveson Figueiredo's cut down to the flyweight limit and how it affected his chin certainly loomed large, despite the new champ's incredible performance. Make no mistake, Moreno is an excellent striker in his own right, but as far as our top pick among the 125-pounders is concerned, it's the lethal punching power and killer instinct of Figueiredo that gives him our vote. Figgy just doesn't hit like the other flyweights do, and if we had to guess, it does look as though that raw power will translate up to 135 pounds when the time to move inevitably comes. For now though, with his immediate future still tied to flyweight, this Brazilian powerhouse will retain his position as one of the sport's pound-for-pound biggest hitters. Just ask Joseph Benavidez. Damn, that was a beatdown for the ages. Bantamweight, 135 pounds, Petr Yan. Bantamweight is a division that is saturated with a wide range of talented strikers. Though just 10 pounds removed from the flyweights below, the step up in physicality is noticeable once you begin to swim in the 135-pound waters. When it comes to this division's upper tier, it's pretty fair to say that the bantamweights do it all. Whether it's hard hitters like Cody Garbrandt or Marlon Moraes, technical geniuses like Rob Font or Jose Aldo, or unorthodox strikers in the vein of Dominic Cruz or Corey Sandhagen. Seriously, this division is stacked. But in our eyes, the best striker of the lot is also perhaps the most subtle striker. The former champion Petr Yan is a fighter who just oozes class, bringing a level of deadly patience to the octagon that gradually sees him up his tempo as the fight goes on. As smooth an operator pound for pound as the sport has ever known, Yan stalks his prey at first, wasting little energy while chipping away at their defenses. As his comfort levels grow, Yan begins to open up, furthering the gulf that is rapidly forming between himself and his opponent. To put it plainly, this guy is a truly excellent talent and a masterful touch in the striking department, something that edges him out above the competition for our list. Featherweight, 145 pounds, Max Holloway. As another division with more than its fair share of ridiculously talented strikers, featherweight, like bantamweight, has slowly been establishing itself as an unmissable attraction within the UFC's pool of divisions. Look, we all know as well as anyone that Alexander Volkanovski managed to get the better of his great rival Max Holloway on 2 occasions in what was largely a striking battle. However, as far as our pick goes, sorry, but clearly, the best is blessed. Max Holloway may have dropped a pair of losses to the champ Volkanovski, but over the course of the last 5 years in particular, no fighter in the sport has matched his level of artistry in the striking department. Max flows like no other, seamlessly mixing his stellar boxing with his growing arsenal of kicks, knees, and elbows. Just ask Calvin Kattar, Brian Ortega, and the many other fighters who endured record-breaking beatdowns at the hands of this Hawaiian future Hall of Famer. Lightweight, 155 pounds. Dustin Poirier. How can we pick anyone other than Dustin Poirier as the single greatest striker in the lightweight division? This longtime lightweight elite has scored victories over the likes of Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor, Eddie Alvarez, and the aforementioned Max Holloway, among a host of others. And although he has the wrestling chops and overall game, Poirier's preference for striking has seen him carve out one of his era's finest resumes as a striker. From his famous habit of shifting stances to his right-hand forward style of southpaw offense, the Diamond's output might look traditional, but amongst his fellow lightweights, he has managed to bring something that is entirely his own to the table. He's got power, precision, excellent shot selection, and the big names on his record to back it up. A clear-cut victory for Dustin Poirier in our books. Welterweight, 170 pounds, Stephen Thompson. Even now, despite his failure to re-establish himself within the 170-pound title picture, there are only a handful of better strikers in the sport than Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Blessed with a wealth of experience due to his background in karate, Wonderboy's transition to MMA saw him carve out and later refine a style of striking that is entirely his own. those who do get the better of Wonderboy inside the octagon have to either rely on wrestling, a ridiculous degree of patience, or an almighty Hail Mary to pull it off. Because when the fight is standing, Thompson's footwork, his feints, his ability to kick effectively with either leg, these traits combine to make him something more akin to a cobra than anything else. And Wonderboy's highlight reel is stacked with moments that display this perfectly. Though he doesn't score as many finishes these days, if you truly want to see MMA striking at its most artistic, look no further than this iconic karate stylist. Middleweight, 185 pounds. Israel Adesanya. Even though we just finished showering Wonderboy with praise, it could be said that the striking prowess of Israel Adesanya is even greater than that of his welterweight contemporary. The last stylebender is a man who lives up to his moniker, taking influence from a range of striking forms while bringing his wealth of experience as a top 10 kickboxer with him to the octagon. And for the most part, when guys try to stand with Izzy, they're soon brought to terms with the clear gulf in class that exists between them and this incredibly nuanced striker. Adesanya is like a supercomputer in the stand-up department, making reads on your timing from the second the bout begins before setting up traps to catch you out. His record is immaculate, his highlight reel brilliant. And as far as Israel Adesanya goes, the truly scary thing is that he's only getting better. Light heavyweight, 205 pounds, Jan Blachowicz. Is it controversial to call Jan Blachowicz the single best striker in the 205-pound division? Well, obviously the likes of Jiri Prochazka and Alexander Rakic will disagree, but in this late-blooming veteran, we see an athlete of surprisingly dense striking skill. Whether he's on the offensive or otherwise, Jan's performances of late is a testament to his years of experience as a contender within the UFC, and the fact that he was able to stand with and have success against the aforementioned Israel Adesanya just shows how far his overall game has come. His legendary Polish power has already seen him take the scalps of guys like Luke Rockhold, Dominic Reyes, and Corey Anderson up until this point. And though the bigger tests are ahead of him, Jan Blachowicz' status as the division's best striker is already set in stone. Heavyweight, 265 pounds, Ciryl Gane. And finally, we come to the big hitters. Or, in this case, one of the heavyweight division's more modest punchers. While it's true that Ciryl Gane does pack quite a one-shot knockout punch like any of his fellow top 5 contenders, what singles him out in the striking department is the insane technical ability. If you're a striking buff, Gane's footwork, timing, and fight IQ is truly something to be marveled at. As we all know, there is little to no margin for error within the heavyweight division. And though Gane isn't built to end your night like a Francis Ngannou or a Derek Lewis, he brings a level of precision and finesse that's almost out of place within the weight class's sea of wildly powerful punchers. Though he has yet to fully prove it, Gane and his technically masterful striking style look to be the future of the heavyweight division.